Hey guys, welcome to Freedom in a Budget. I am here at FinCon. This is crazy. It is so much fun. I am meeting so many amazing people that you guys know, maybe people that you don't know. And I am asking them all a very specific question of what is one thing that you could afford to buy, but you don't because it's not worth it to you. So let's go check out what everyone has to say.
One thing I can afford, but I don't buy because it's not worth it to me, is a brand new house. I got my house for cheap by buying it for my family when my aunt passed away. Now, that's a house in an average neighborhood with it's an average value, and I could probably afford to live in a much nicer neighborhood with a much nicer property value and all types of flashy stuff around. But I don't because it's a paid-for house. I paid for it. It's paid off, rent-free. I don't need some type of flashy, home to basically say that I'm somebody. It's a home. I live in it, and it's safe, and it's mine, and it's paid for, and it's debt-free, just like me.
The things that I can afford that I don't purchase today is eating out and coffee. I love them. I think they're amazing, but honestly, it's not worth the money to me. So instead, I bring my coffee from home in my little thermos, and I save a lot more money that way. So to me, it's worth it. That's what financial independence is all about.
So my answer to this is actually a little controversial. The thing that I could easily afford to buy that I don't is a house. And I get a lot of flack from that from my older contemporaries, but I'm 34, I'm single, I'm not in a committed relationship just yet, I don't have any kids, so for me, a house is a commitment that actually would restrict my freedom instead of being a representation of my freedom. I don't know where I want to live for the rest of my life yet. I don't know where I want to raise children just yet. I don't know who I want to spend the rest of my life with, so making a commitment to a house right now, I have unlimited freedom, means that I'm also limiting my pool of options for relationship partners, job opportunities. Right now, I could be transitional and I can continue to grow with no regrets, but if I have a house, then even though I could sell it, I'm going to be reluctant to leave behind this major investment that represents a first for me and represents a milestone in my adulthood. So I think that for me, a house is more arbitrary right now because I don't need a sense of permanence. I'm growing, and I want that freedom to continue to grow until I have something that's worth being stable. And for me, that's a family. So until I have a family, I think a house isn't worth it. That might not be true for everybody, but I want more people to take that seriously. Because a house is a commitment. It's not just an investment. It's not just bragging rights to your parents and grandparents who may want that for you. It's something that you are going to ideally have maybe for the rest of your life or a good portion of your adulthood. It shouldn't be a compromise, and it shouldn't be something that's so stressful for you.
The one thing that I can afford that I don't do is going out to trendy restaurants. I live in Portland, Oregon, and everyone is out eating at fancy places, but it's just not something that's important to me right now.
So for us, we see no point in buying a brand new car because you instantly lose value. So why would we put thousands of dollars into something that's going to immediately and only go down in value? So although we do have the money, we could go out and buy a new car, we just choose not to.
I personally don't like to go to restaurants even though I can afford them, just because I can get more value from going to a grocery store, cooking at home, and getting a better meal. And doing it that way actually helps me save more money for my other financial goals.
Something that I could buy but I do not buy is a big cable package. We cut cable, and I do miss sports, I miss watching live TV, but it's just not quite worth it enough to be spending that much money every month.
Another thing is gym memberships. We had a gym membership, and honestly we would never go, and so it was much more reasonable for us to purchase gym equipment to use in our home, and now we can just go downstairs and binge watch some Netflix while we work out.
Yeah, so one thing that I can afford, but I typically don't, mostly because I can't stomach paying for it, is hotels when I'm traveling. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but my wife and I have figured out really good ways to actually sleep very comfortably in our car. And now luckily for us, we do have a big truck, so sometimes we do the truck, you can do the truck bed, lay it all out, but it's fantastic because we save $100 that we would spend for the night at the hotel, And instead, we stay in the Walmart parking lot for free, and then we go to a Pilot gas station and we pay $10 to get a shower, and I save that $90, and we can go do something way more fun than staying at a hotel on the road while we're traveling from one place to another. So if that sounds crazy to you, maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but that's something that I just can't stomach paying for, and so I don't like doing it.
And the one thing that I do not spend money on, even though I can afford it, is manicures and pedicures, because for one, I have 4 kids, I wash a lot of dishes, and it would not last, so it's just not going to be worth it. And secondly, I can paint my nails by myself at home for free.
When I was getting out of debt, a lot of people asked me what I'd change in my spending once I became debt-free, and I always said I would start pampering myself. I would get my nails did, I would get a massage, but now that I'm debt-free, I kind of figured out that it's still not worth it to me. Those are very pricey things to invest in and just aren't worth sacrificing that part of my budget that I could put somewhere else. I can afford them, but I don't do them.
Guys, wasn't that amazing? It was so much fun and just talking to everyone. And my answer is, as you guys know, I'm a huge coffee person. And my thing is Starbucks. I love me some Starbucks. I love me some fancy coffee shops. There is a lot of fancy ones here in South Florida. But I refrain and I make my own coffee at least during the week. And that is one thing that I can afford, but I choose not to. Because during the week, it's just not worth it. Now, the weekends, that may be a different story. But leave below in the comments what is the one thing that you don't buy, but you can afford.